So, oh my gosh. Okay, let's get that out of the way. So point of view. Like, how do I relay the exact point of view without being gushy or overstepping? I'm not the only one on this side of the camera. I'm not the only one on the opposite ends of the cameras. That still doesn't do justice. I don't know. And fuck. Yes, I want to relay the whole story. Yes, I want to redo it in a way that I can no longer write anymore. I can't write it, I may as well tell it. So, yeah, I'll tell the story. Eventually, I will tell the story, along with my perspective as to why I no one's prepared for the whole story yet. I know that much. That was initially the reason why you didn't want me to be doing this type of thing, was because people were not prepared to handle the reality of us coming into the world, right? That was the point of why we couldn't come together, that people were not prepared for this reality to become real, and now I have sped it up. I fast forwarded time to now we are something real in the world that is not hidden. So how I would get to that point is really difficult. How to get to the point of it being acceptable and appropriate and not too personal and considerate. I don't know. It's not just about like, oh, I have become this prominent of a figure because of this. It's not like I'm trying to be like, oh, I'm like, okay, I'm the worst kind of person. I'm to try to not use the words terminology for grateful. Like, I'm not being ungrateful, but I'm not necessarily being grateful just by appreciating it, appreciating that I've become able to be this, let's just say. So, there's that. How I got here, though? Was writing. That's how I got here. That's how I got to any fucking important thing I needed to understand, was through me writing, and I can't do that anymore. I really can't. Like, I tried. Like, what is this? Let me look at it for 1 second. Yeah, it's just proving like I'm losing my language. And becoming this, like, I don't know, a speaker. A speaker. Okay, how I got here. I could try relaying the story, but all I remember is that period of time in that house that I woke up to the new reality. Like, that's the beginning. The beginning is waking up to the new reality, but then you have the past, which incorporates how any of it is even possible. Because for some reason in this world, this universe, like the one we're in, the oneness, it has to be relatable to humanity. That's the strangest part. Like it had to, or it has to be related to some real relatable story of actual people, right? So I'm here to relay the story, the actual people, and I'm not really sure who those people are anymore, but I know who we were for the most part. So I knew you before you left, and that was somebody who I thought was entirely different from someone who knew me all along, right? You knew me all along, so I thought I knew who you were based off of that. I was reflecting upon who I would have been as you, I guess. Something like that. Because that was all I knew. That was like my entire life. It was like, how would I have been at that point in my life? That was all I knew. So I had a long lost lover. I created a long lost lover for 4 years. For longer than I even knew you existed, longer than I even knew you. That was only part of the story. And then it became, I didn't like who I was. Sure, I did not like who I was, but that didn't mean I didn't love who I was or didn't respect all of me. But I did not like the insecurity. Of course I didn't. Like, look at me. I'm not an insecure person. I never was. I was just shy and quiet. And then the one thing I was like insecure about, of course my life lesson is gonna be like that. My life lesson is gonna be the hardest thing it could possibly be. Because it's like the strangest thing that me not accepting those imperfections as a human being um exaggerated them until they actually evolved to become that, like actual real flaws or inescapable, I don't know, flaws. And so there was that. I could not escape myself, and then repeatedly I did not want you to think anything else of me besides what I was deciding. So that was just the downfall. But my whole point of saying that was like to try to get into context, like, this is how it began when I was not alone anymore. That's how it began. I was insecure. I was overconfident. And now we are here. It's not like it's that much better. Like, obviously, I can identify myself alone, but I cannot do it without doing it in relation to somebody else, so, or having somebody else. Yeah, so from my actual perspective, not even just the whole, oh, this is cool, I can show you what we can do type of perspective. Like, I actually think that somehow by denying something in life, like by making a resistance, like you're causing the opposite effect to happen. I swear. It's like the more you reach for it, the further it slips your grip. Like the more you beg, the farther away it's going to get from you. That's what happens whenever I try to reason with my family. I try to, like, yeah, I've been there. Like, please, can you just, like, never mind, I'm sorry, can we just, like, flip it around and continue? But that's not good enough. Like, no, because your tone of voice and everything, they're like, oh, I don't trust you. You're not convincing me. That's part of basic trust. Like, of course you understand me better than anybody. Oh, like, what the hell am I supposed to say about that? You probably do. So, like, you can understand if I were doing that, the difference. The difference would be, like, between if you could tell if I actually meant it or not. You can. I know that. That's intimidating for me to try to be my own individual ever. And I had to try it again because that was a mess. Like, this is every day. This is every day. It is a mess. It is a realization. And then it is a story. It's a fucking story that relates you to the world. And I think people take it way too seriously. It is a story. Like, it is a read through. As in to the full degree, it is a read through, but I still think there's more to it somehow. So enlighten me on that. That was vague. It's awkward. It's awkward trying to say the same thing to only you. Yeah, so I tried to write about it and I continually made the same mistake of trying to write about it and being insecure and not being able to have trust. Now there's something that is, I'm in my face and you can't deny that. Yeah, for real. That's what I'd want to relay. I'd want to relay the story, but it's just not that simple. It's not something that people need to know. It's not something that I need to give away. Like, I can keep it. That's what I did, though. I dehumanized it by writing about it. I detached myself and then I fucking. Yeah. I completely detached from myself in order to be the character. I know how to be the character. I'm not allowed to do that here. And here I can't get any help. So what would I be doing if I was writing is what I was thinking about, like the difference between if I was doing this while writing or if I was doing this the way I'm doing it now. I'm thinking on it less, I guess. But I can't go back and like change any thoughts. That's irrelevant. Like, yeah, I can go back and fix what I was saying just like that. And the content would just be different. It would be much more personal, I guess. So how I got here today, I started panicking out of I don't know, self-realization. Like, how do you say it without saying it? So I was like just off. I still need to take some medicine because I'm like super lazy, but I didn't finish what I was doing in watching what I was previously recording because it was just not what I was looking for. And I had to get through an hour of it to realize that. Almost an hour. But that's giving me opportunity to understand my thoughts twice. Like, I don't get too long to think about what I'm saying. I don't get to remember that much. But then when I listen to it again, I'm like, well, now I've had the thought 2 times and it has sank in both from my internal voice and my external voice and what else it's related to. I think way too much. I think way too much. So I'm trying to get past myself. You can see that. That was not smart. Mm. Trying to stretch my neck. Didn't want it to be awkward, but I also don't want to start this over again, even though it's already lagging. So, just going off based off of pure thinking alone, I'm sure there's a way to say it. I'm sure there's a way to say it for everybody to hear. I'm so confident in that. Okay. So how we got here, you're not getting the story all in one. You have to work for it. How we got here. We met online and then we came back together over electronics and then fell apart over emotional abuse. Let's just call it. Why not? Why not say it's emotional abuse? And then I mean, basically, I had to switch over from writing to doing something else. And now that writing is gone, I mean, now that music is gone too, almost. I don't think it's completely gone. Like, I think it's a happening, and I think I could get to the point where I'm like, oh God, like, I really cannot not go look and try to find that sound that I'm looking for. Or, like, I know I'm gonna find something I like in there, or I really feel like turning this into something more musical. Like, I don't feel like that's gonna happen. I mean, I feel like it could still happen as a happening. It could come back around. I just don't think that it's the same as it was. The same as it was where I was trying. Like, I don't know if it was ever really like full force able to make me keep going for like ever, for as long as you guys do it for. But I still think it has enough. um yeah, I literally do not write anymore. I don't know how long it's been. Let's go look it up. I know there's certain people who like literally can handle the reality. I know that's one of them. So yeah, in about a week, in exactly a week. But this guy can definitely handle it. And that's what I want to see. I want to know who is out there that has like fully embraced an open mind. That is it. Because the world, like, it's hard for me to see. That's why I'm like this. I said I'm like a person with one of the things I wrote, a person with like little value in the world who like possesses a lot of value just by being in it, but I can't see the value. So I'm like that too. And I think that I guess my idea is like people just don't see that the connections out there are just infinite. Like, I'm just opening people's minds just by allowing the reality. That yeah, I'm sitting here in silence. I'm about to turn on some music actually. But it only like does me good like when I'm not by myself. So Pandora it is, because that's when we don't want to, when we just want to listen to music and we don't research anything about it. I still need to pay for premium again. I still need to pay for Pandora again so that I can get my. Well, you don't really lose signal out here anyway, but there are no commercials, so maybe I still have it. I don't know. That's questionable. 1 month it was questionable, and I'm pretty sure I got it for free. That was only twice. And yet I'm making it real. Like, I'm making these connections right now, allowing the reality to connect to other people, even though it's just an idea. But it's always going to come across that way because I'm always going to have to think about whether this is appropriate or necessary. What I think about that is, yeah, it's appropriate at certain times. Relationships are as blank as this wall. Um, Freaked myself out by being in the quiet. Next, about yeah, I can't say where it was that we first met, but social media. And there's really like I cannot like there's no way I could possibly explain like anything about what happened besides generalize like, oh, this was a big explosion of information. This was good. This wasn't. Because I already explained everything else, right? I tried. We should have a reading lobby. At least I look more like myself. I, yeah, so I have to put myself like in perspective. I have to be like, yeah, you didn't look that great, but still, like, that was that at the time. Like, I'm still gonna post it. I'm still gonna post it if you put a stupid picture up there. Like, that's, it doesn't bother me. I really know. Hmm. Not a therapy session. I'd be complaining about lots more. I lost my thing though. Really? Okay. And then and then, besides the emotional abuse, you didn't accept me. There's something I'll never forget about that. Actually, maybe I will forget about it. But now that I've put it in video, um, because that's not me. That is not me. I'm not the result end of that either. And then it was irreparable, and I decided to move. Decided to move, and that is how I got here. That is partially how I got here, but I was always planning to move here if I could. Not here per se, but near here. And now I intend to do what I said I would do. Just kidding. That secret. Um, hmm. And find this to be more interesting for like 20 minutes. Explain what I was explaining before about it. If it's like a 40-minute episode or a 30-minute episode, and the shorter one's always funnier. But if I made it too short, then like by the time it was watched again, it would not be entertaining. Believe me, because I've watched it multiple times. Um, in recent events, I am going to try to go to an NA meeting tomorrow. Like I've already expressed, yeah, I have some meetings to do for legal reasons, but I would not change my decision. I just went about it the wrong way. That's it. That's human. That's making mistakes. Now that I live in California, like, it doesn't even feel the same. It doesn't even feel as serious. Like, sure, in some ways, California is like looser, like easygoing. There's a lot more people. Like, what are you gonna do? You gotta, like, there's a whole variety more of people. You've gotta account for all of them, all of their differences. So yeah, so I have that going on. I want to try to go tomorrow, and I want to knock them out as fast as possible. So that's gonna be a lot. But I will definitely have some new information on it tomorrow if I go. Why was I thinking of that? I don't know. Because I have nothing going on anymore. Now that I'm not doing school, now that I might have to get a job. Why did I say that? I mean, like, I want to. I have to. Sure. Okay, yeah, that just goes along with all the stuff I actually have to do to want to be here. And not gonna lie, okay, we'll get into that. We'll get into that. 100% he owes me. somehow, in some way. So financially it is not made easier this way. But the reality is that neither one of us can leave our positions due to certain realities. I get that. That basically is enough for me to not be pissed off about it. Well, I'm like, if money was going to improve my life, it could have this entire time. But that wouldn't give me strength of character. And yet, you have allowed me to grow my entire life and to develop as said human being. I have said that before. But it's a little different now, and I hope you realize that. I hope you realize that I'm fully incorporated into myself, into my life, and into this life to the point of where I I get it. I just get it. I don't There's nothing else I need to be. Like, sure, the life goes on, the day arrives again, and we have places to be and people to see. But as for right now, like, this is it. This is it. And I don't want to make it like, oh, let me have these personal feelings towards you. Like, it's not about that. It's not about that, but it's not necessary for either one of us to think that like I'm trying to be here more than I need to be. And yeah, it is a space, you get to sit there, you get to be in it, sink in it, breathe in it. And yet I'm the one creating it. I am the one creating it. So yes, I do try to avoid, you could call all of those reasons for me avoiding being personal and speaking directly. Yeah. There's nothing in there. There's not too much more I need to prove about who I am, just that I mean it when I say it. Like, I mean who I am, and I'm going to actually continue to question my reality to the point where I am not fully convinced of it until I have reason to be. And that is, again, part of the reason why I'm here. I'm not fully convinced I need to be somewhere else. I'm not fully convinced that I shouldn't be here. Entirely separate. Music reality. But do you see how entirely isolated it is? Do you want to be here, just me and you? Maybe, maybe not. was dramatic. Not trying to fall in love, but I'm not capable of falling in love either. Like, who am I falling in love with? Myself? No, I don't believe in that. Sure, like, yes, I can fully admire myself, but I don't think narcissism is a part of the purpose of life. I really don't. I think, well, it's questionable because I've been given this mirror, right? Like, in that case, I'm like, I've got to go back, and I can't necessarily move entirely forward from this moment, from exactly where I'm at. If I want to understand the whole of it, the whole moment, I've got to go back and listen to it too. But then I understand it twice over. It's easier to bounce ideas off of people and be like, why do you think this is this way? Well, I had to go through my life to a point where I don't get that option. I have to be like, I know why this is this way on my own. I've had to go find those answers myself. I have to do it daily. I have to inquire, like, what type of person are you to me? What type of person am I being? Like, what is the extent of forgiveness if it's even a thing? I only say that because, like, I just don't think there's a right and wrong. Like, what is there to forgive if it's all part of the design? I get what it does. I get that you can think and feel like you've gone backwards or something and you like can start a new path. But as for the same path, like no. That is dead now. We are not those people anymore. But we're not them because somehow we change and yet we stay the same. You're literally used to seeing me like this more than I'm used to seeing myself like this. I'll pass by the mirror a few times a day, but I'll see myself talking like this, like facial expression and everything. Okay, in that case, I really want to get up, but I'm not going to. That's just proving like a bunch of bullshit. A bunch of bullshit if I just got up right now because I couldn't chill for 15 minutes. I do want some gabapentin. I have to get past the idea that what I might want to know, you might not, but anybody else might want to. I might not, but anybody else might want to, type of thing. I have to get past that idea. The idea that, like being like a speaker in front of somebody. Like I'm kind of getting the sense of what I come off as doing certain things that I've already done before that I don't even I recognize that I'm doing. That's why I'm like, I'm a completely different person. Like, why do you think I'm like a blonde or something? Like, I don't feel like myself. Yeah, you cannot live your life under a rock. Um, as a hermit, it's not gonna work. I couldn't do this if I didn't have anything to talk about. Not that I don't. It's just that I gotta see things differently for a little while till I figure out exactly what I'm meant to be seeing, just like everybody else. I don't get to romanticize about this. Hardly get to romanticize at all based upon what I can actually like. I'm not gonna live my whole life fantasizing. I guess that's cruel to say. That's cruel to say to the people who I care. I know that you like everyone feels differently about being here, about having to be here. Like most people accept it. I haven't had a good reason to accept it. Like to stop not accepting it. I, like so that's your guys's whole purpose and everything. Mine is different. And if I can deny my purpose, I guess it was always easy for me to deny like all of it. So I'm not trying to make anyone doubt themselves or like question their fucking whole existence. No, maybe just like no, it's just what you know in relation to me or in relation to what I need for people around me to understand the road to be accepted, but to be accepted otherwise. We'll find out.